think of Paula Deen, what do you think about? Personally, I think about a lot of deep fried things and a lot of butter. I asked you guys what chefs you wanted me to veganize, and today I thought I would take on the butter queen herself, Paula Deen. So Paula Deen is infamous for her ridiculous recipes. I mean, she has deep fried butter, for goodness sake. So I thought this would be a fun one to veganize. I took one of her famous recipes. It is a cheeseburger meatloaf, and I'm gonna try and veganize it. So I'm using all the same types of elements. I'm still using the same amount of like fat ratios, and instead of meat, using vegan substitutes, but trying to keep everything else the same. So let's get down and look at this recipe and go over our substitutions. Okay, so Paula Deen, there is no butter in this recipe. Amazing. I mean, you guys did say that you wanted me to try the deep fried butter recipe, but A, I'm not for food waste, and B, I'm not gonna eat it. So C, I can't make it because I'm not gonna eat it and then it'll get wasted. So we're going with cheeseburger meatloaf instead. So she says 1 pound of ground chuck. Chuck is a type of beef, I believe. So I'm just using like typical veggie ground round. I have 1 pound of that in a bowl here. Then 10 slices of cooked and crumpled bacon, using my favorite bacon, the King's Cafe bacon. One entire package, apparently, 8 ounces of grated sharp cheddar cheese. Vegan cheddar cheese, use whichever brand is your favorite. 2 large beaten eggs. So I'm just using egg replacer for this. 1/4 cup of toasted breadcrumbs, already vegan, don't need to substitute that. 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, or when it's vegan, mayonnaise. I'm just using 1/4 cup of vegan mayo, a tablespoon of vegan Worcestershire. If you don't have access to this, I just bought mine at my local health food store. You can also buy it on Amazon as well. If you don't have access, just skip it completely. There's a lot of different sauces in here. You won't miss it. Then we have salt and pepper, great. A 3/4 cup of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of mustard, and then 1 can of French fried onions. I've been dying to use this in a recipe. I'm very excited. All right, let's get cooking. The oven is preheated to 350 degrees. Let's combine all this and make an epic meatloaf. So first things first, cooking up the bacon, 4 strips at a time. We need 10, and then I'm just gonna chop them up. Okay, while our bacon is cooking, I figured I'd start mixing the meatloaf together. So she says to combine all of the ingredients except for the ketchup, mustard, and fried onions into a large bowl. So let's do that. Cheese, breadcrumbs, Worcestershire sauce, the vegan mayo, the egg replacer. Wow, gelatinous. Pepper, and whoops, how much salt? 1/4 teaspoon. I do have a teaspoon because it's not real meat. Okay, and then I have to mix this together. I think I have to do this with my hands. And wash my hands again, because I think the only way that this is getting mixed is if I do it with my hands. So I'll be right back. This bacon is so amazing. Just add your bacon, and then I'm going to mix this with my hands. Oh my God, it feels so gross. Mmm, delicious. Oh my God, it's stuck to me. It's like hot and cold and goopy and hard at the same time. Is there enough liquid in this? Okay, now we're going to mix ketchup and mustard together. That's the next step. And then add 1/4 of it into here and use the rest of it for what? I don't know, it doesn't say. Oh, to spread on top. Of course we're doing that. Cool. All right. Creating this weird ketchup mustard mixture. We're really going for it here today. I feel like we would have gotten the same result had we just thrown a bunch of cheeseburgers into a blender. Actually though. Okay. So what do they want? 1/4? Yes, 1/4 cup. So that's about 4 tablespoons. Save the rest for the glaze. Heaven forbid we make a meatloaf without a ketchup glaze. Mmm. Americans eat some weird ass food, man. I thought I could use this spoon to mix this, but I think I have to do it with my hands or else all of the meat does not get coated with this very gourmet ketchup and mustard creation that I've made here. Okay, so now she says to press meat mixture, accurate, into a loaf pan or shape into a loaf and place on a rack in a boiler pan. So I have a loaf pan. I think I'm gonna have to grease it though because there's less oil in the vegan meat than there would be in the normal meat. So I'm going to grease that with some coconut oil first. It says to bake this for 40 minutes. I feel like that's a lot. I'm gonna start with 30 and see how it goes. But first things first, let's get this very sophisticated mixture into this loaf pan. The great thing that we don't have to worry about with a vegan meatloaf is that you're not going to end up with a soggy one because you don't have a bunch of like fat from the meats soaking, like oozing out, which can often cause a very soggy meatloaf. So we don't have to worry about that. So we have that in our favor. It smells like burger vomit. Now we are going to add this glaze. So I'm just gonna add it to the center and then spread it out. I mean, I commend her for creativity, I guess. Fun fact, I've never eaten a meatloaf. So this is a new experience for me. Okay, let's throw this into the oven for 30 minutes and then I'll check on it. It says 40, but it's not real meat, so I don't think it eats that long. Then we're going to add the onions and cook it for a few more minutes. Okay, so she said to add an entire can of this stuff. These are the fried onions, but that seems really excessive. And am I supposed to like push it down? I don't know. We're trying our best here. This seems like enough, right? Yeah. All right, now I'm going to put that back into the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. This is the part that I'm scared of. It's like getting it out of here. This scares me. I'm just gonna go for it. Maybe I'll cut it on this side. This one seems more inviting for some reason. Oh God. Like, how do you get it out? How do you do it? With like a spatula? Paula Deen, help me. How do I feel like the first one's gonna be a fail. Where? You know what? You can't tell though because it's here. Okay, should I just slap it on there? Voila! Look at that, it's beautiful. This is the ugliest dish I've ever seen in my entire life. Why do people serve this? I mean, I'm sure it's delicious, but it's so ugly. And it looks just like the photo. Well, it is what it is. Let's go for it. How do I get it out? I know this is the quality content you guys all came here for. Me trying to get meatloaf, a fucking meatloaf out of here. You know what? This is why I've never made a meatloaf. What I should have done is not put the onions and then flipped it out and then put the onions on the cooked meatloaf after, because then you can slice it and serve it. I'm just gonna do it with conviction, okay? It's gonna, 1, 2, oh God, oh no. Oh, it's beautiful. It's great, guys, don't worry about it. Oh God, there's too much excess here. There we go. All right, I mean, this one's the crown jewel. It's a pile of meat. All right, let's try this out. I mean, it's good. Does it taste like a cheeseburger? Kind of. I mean, I really just taste the bacon and the ketchup glaze. Oh, When it's crunchy, it's really nice. So I like the outside crunchy bits. I mean, I don't hate it. It's good. Would I make this on a regular basis? No, because who am I gonna feed this to? But if you have a family with kids, I think this is a great alternative to a meatloaf. And the bacon really adds a nice smoky, bacony flavor. Ooh, and you got these bursts of cheese. I will give Paula Deen some credit for a few things. The layering of texture, genius. Like there's some crispy bits from the bacon on the inside of the meatloaf. It's a bit it's softer than I would like on the inside. I feel like that was probably like a meat to meat substitute error there on my part. But the crispy bits on the outside are really tasty, and then the crispy onions on top. So you're really getting like a nice variety of textures. It doesn't taste like a cheeseburger, but it's good. You get these nice bursts of cheese when you bite into it. Yeah, I like it. I think this is a great recipe for kids. All right, guys, there you have it. A cheeseburger meatloaf recipe, care of Paula Deen. Let me know which vegan chef you would like me to veganize. Which vegan chef? Let me know in the comment section below which chef you want me to tackle next. Let me know what recipe you want and what chef, and I will try to veganize it. If you are new here, please take the time to hit the subscribe button. It's right there. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on new videos every single week. And I will see you next time. Bye.